So there is a video of that is, as you can see on Newsroom Africa, of this man from Dudula saying that the people that are terrorizing the community are Zimbabweans. Let us just listen to him, and then later we're going to find out in the later bulletin that these people were actually South Africans that are involved in crime. And you know, it's kind of like bringing a nuance of Dudula trying to paint a picture that, oh, a lot of Zimbabweans are causing crime. But let us watch here as this reporter makes this discovery in Diepsloot.
Stabilization and withdrawal. After stabilization, during the process of withdrawal, the crime rate increases every time. It's many times it's been happening. It is this year that we banned the tires, and some of our own leaders in the Diepsloot community were arrested, but the crime rate continues to rise. And mostly people who are suspected of these criminal activities and those who've been arrested, mostly is foreign nationals. And we're not going to shy away
See?
and then polish them.
He says
And we're not
mostly
xenophobic, but
are
we're going to say the way it is clear.
foreign nationals. Yeah, foreign nationals. Let's hear.
I'm one of the leaders who goes around visiting those families. And the survivors, when we are engaging them as community leaders, it's clear. Most of our crime perpetrators are Zimbabwean and Ndebele people speaking. We're not going to shy away from it. And then it's puzzling again, as a resident of Diepsloot and as a leader, what's happening concerning the court of ZEPs. Just yesterday, we received the news that the ZEPs have been extended up until 2025.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's come to the incident that just transpired yesterday and this morning. Residents are suspecting that this could be a result of mob justice.
Yes, that is true. That's what we heard as leaders. It's a result of mob justice. We received the report that yesterday guns were found, the criminals were busy robbing, and the community responded. So they fired warning shots trying to scare the community, but the community managed to corner them, and they were killed. Even now on this scene, we are receiving news that mostly the majority they are foreigners. And then we are hearing that one of the criminals is South African, but it's unconfirmed. But in Diepsloot, we are facing a high rate of illegal immigrants who are involved in criminal activities.
See? So let's go and then watch the other video. Then when it was then confirmed that a lot of these guys are not as this gentleman is alleging. So it's kind of like agenda setting. Say, oh, these are foreigners, these are foreigners.
Are actually saying that they've lost hope in terms of, the policing system in this area. They have information from them anytime from now. But I'm joined by a family member who has lost a nephew in what transpired this morning. Sisi, siyabonga ngesikhathi sakho. If you could just tell us ukuthi ugcine nini ukukhuluma nomshana wakho, as you say. Ngigcine ukukhuluma naye izolo. I think bekungaboma 8, 9.
He's a South African.
So nami ngiyamangala sakashile ukuthi kwenzakaleni. Yes, I know ukuthi yena vele umuntu vele bakahlezi asemlomini abantu kodwa sekwenzakalile asazi ukuthi sithini. How do you feel? Uzizwa kanjani? Like angikho right, but ukuthi ngizenze strong ngoba nakho ngikuyenza already sokwenzeka nje. Manje-ke mawuthi he was someone obehlezi esemlomeni wabantu, does that mean that bekhona ama-cases of crime where he was involved? Ngathi angisho like umuntu bakabhema, like bakamcabangela like into ezisinathi, but mina angazi ngoba bengingahambi like suka ngeke ngikhulumele naye ngidefend. Exactly. So let me zimboyibona lana, do you recognize other people or ubona nje kuphela? Yazi yena wasekhaya phela laba abanye angibani. Angibaboni just because of already sabasheka. But they wasekhaya nyama. So manje when this happened, nina as a family beningazi lutho and vele nabona nje seshi. Vele sabona vele sakashiya basabe no wekuseni basitshela ukuthi umuntu so ukhona lapha. Okay, saza vele savela.
So the issue here is, it's not that I'm not trying to downplay the fact that a lot of Zimbabwean, like especially like what that guy said, that Ndebele people causing crime in South Africa. It's a reality that needs not to be shied away from. But the challenge that you then find with Ndebele people in South Africa, when they get into South Africa, most of them, they blend with South Africans. And in a way, because one, the language is easy for them, they can speak Ndebele, some of them they can speak Sotho. So they blend easily with South Africans. But then when they blend in the acts of criminality, it will then be very, very difficult to identify who has committed those crimes, because now the community might not be aware of whether this person is Zimbabwean or is South African. And that is the problem that you then find, especially with my Ndebele brothers. Not because I hate them, but because I stayed at a Methodist church in Johannesburg for some months during my first visit in 2008. And when there was any violent attack that would happen, it was because of my Ndebele brothers who would be inside the building. I don't know where this comes from, whether it is because there are some unresolved issues of Kukurahundi, whereby Ndebele people feel that they are not represented, one, in Zimbabwe, and then when people then come to South Africa, it looks like they occupy the spaces where they feel that they are protected, and then they end up trying to go into these acts of criminality. And a number of the people that then move to South Africa, some of them, they wouldn't have finished school, because they would have, seen their brothers going there and making money. And so they don't concentrate on finishing school or furthering their education in a way. And at the end of the day, they find themselves doing the acts of crime, because they would have gone to South Africa with no skill. Not that it also happens with other Shona people, they do that. But because Blawayo or Matabeleland is quite closer to South Africa, it's easy for people to move around. That's where we find a lot of our Malaysians, they come from that province. And I remember there was a program that was being done on just after Elvis Nyathi died. And he was saying that it's difficult for the Ndebele nation to rebuke these people, because the challenge that you then find is that these people are known, some of them they are not known, and Mauba Kuza Labantu, it's very, very difficult to then say, okay, as a community, what can we do to stop our brothers from committing crime? And this is a problem. I don't know how the Ndebele nation is going to find itself, especially when they're in South Africa, how they are going to find measures to say, guys, stop making us to be stigmatized because we are Ndebeles. Because if they're not going to do that, the problem is going to continue. People are going to keep on saying, it's the Ndebele people that have done this. It's the Ndebele people, it's people from Ndebele that are doing this. And if the communities, they are chiefs, they are Amabuto, and they are people like, I've got a friend of mine who is working for the chief Mzilikazi. And I would expect that the community in the Ndebele nation should be able to rein in most of the brothers to say, look, guys, if you're not going to behave, we are going to take action A, B, C. Because seriously, it's going to get seriously out of hand, and most of the Zimbabwean, noble living Zimbabwean, like what happened to Elvis Nyathi, are going to fall victims of violence because of misbehaving scoundrels that they are going to find among in South Africa. But what do you make of this video, and what do you think of the Ndebele nation in South Africa? What can be done in order to stop, one, the stigma, but two, to stop the issue of them continuously doing crime because they feel like we are part of South Africans and all of that? What do you make of this whole situation? And I would love to hear your thoughts.